RCP right now, like your staff specifically?
Yeah, so right now we are 3 people, which is not enough to run with 20, almost 25 boys. So hence the bags under the eyes. We have a manager that we hired. Her name's Hazel, and she is a rock star. I mean, when I'm back in the States promoting RCP and spreading awareness, she is running the show here in Thailand. So she's a case manager / center coordinator. And she works one-on-one with the boys, takes them on emergency visits to the hospital, does home visits. So she's our case manager. And we hired Chatri, who is our teen educator. So he does all the life skills trainings, all of the educational guest speakers that we have come through RCP. Last week we had a guest speaker from a rehab center here in Chiang Mai. And counseling, substance abuse, that type of stuff is really rare in Chiang Mai. Like, you can't find it. And so we were able to bring in a guest speaker from this rehab center to talk to the boys about substance abuse and addiction and what that looks like. And so Chatri was able to find these people to bring them in. So right now we're just 3 people, and then there's myself. So a long-term vision or goal, not to jump to question 3, but is to definitely be able to hire another staff member, because 20 teenage boys, I mean, you guys can imagine, it's a lot of needs, a lot of support, and I think 3 people, we've gotten to the point where we definitely need more staff.
So right now, are you just relying on individual donors and for support, like businesses and individuals?
We are. Right now, our individuals are the people that are keeping us afloat. I mean, if it weren't for our monthly donations, recurring donations, I wouldn't be able to do this. So it's definitely individual contributions, $20, $100. I emailed Anthony today because I was so excited. I hosted a gentleman from Australia who has a foundation, and he came through about a week ago, and he was so impressed with the boys and our work and our effort that he was able to support us with a financial donation that was pretty substantial. It's allocated very much towards health services, so outreach and the money we spend going to the bars at night to meet the boys and talk to the boys, he's putting money towards that, because it can get really expensive going and buying, 20 orange juices for these kids in the bars. So he's covering that expense. So it allows us to put money towards different programmings, different focuses that we want to have for 2011. So we're really excited. So that was our first big grant, but it's still not enough to keep us afloat, but it'll do. I mean, we'll make do with what we have.
Yeah, in terms of, I'm just going through the questions that I think we both received over the week. And I have a question from Nicole, who's sitting right there actually. Hey Nicole. It's how does how does RCP work with other anti-trafficking organizations and partners, whether that's in the US or in Thailand? Like, basically, yeah, that's the question.
Okay, cool. Well, I think one big push that I wanted for 2011 was to make RCP an NGO that worked and collaborated with other NGOs here in Thailand. Because one thing is that all the NGOs here in Thailand stay very much segregated. Like, they don't want any overlapping, any type of referrals from NGO work in DC, where everyone referred everyone to everyone's organization. So it was very much a community in DC, and I came to Chiang Mai and I realized, wow, people are really, these are my participants, or this is my funder. And I realized, we really need to work together, because this is an issue that if we're to tackle or make a dent in any of this, we really need to collaborate and work together. So I've worked with a number of organizations here in Chiang Mai specifically. TrafCorps is a really internationally known organization that does a lot of the, I guess it would be the rescue missions. So they actually go into the brothels, they do the investigation, they raid the places with support from local police. And, they're really excited about RCP working in this specific bar, because from what they've told me, that this bar, the Night Bazaar, the Red Light District, is one of the seediest bars in Chiang Mai. Like, this is essentially where the pedophiles go, and the men that come here that want children. That's the bars that they go to. There's another group of bars that's called Santi Tam.
Hold on, you're frozen.
I will email her.
Can you still hear us? I don't know what happened.